HydroxideAnt, and we are joined by a bunch of lovely people for Background Noise, episode 567. We are joined by Katelyn.
Hello.
We're joined by first-time guest Aqua.
Hello.
We are joined by Tabby.
Howdy.
And we are joined by Gianna.
Hello.
Hello. That was the longest of the hellos. Was yours? Yeah. For grading everyone on their hellos, Gianna's was the longest. Tabby's was the most. Let's go into it. Like
we all get superlatives.
Yeah, everyone gets a superlative. Yeah, so it is for those who celebrated. We are just after Thanksgiving, so a lot of us are still possibly in food comas. For my family this year, more people in the family have been diagnosed with like gluten allergies, so we made more food this year. But apparently, family members of mine decided, hey, like the day after Thanksgiving, what would be great? Let's just go on like a cruise, and so they couldn't take any leftovers. So I have so much food. I have so much food.
You're probably set for the next 2 weeks.
Dude, I can't eat it all.
You might have to freeze it.
I've frozen like half of it already.
Yeah.
I can help solve the problem. I'm just going to come over and I'll split the food with you.
Please do. I could have a buffet set up for everyone still. Like, it's awesome to have food and, we're set. But it's like, Gianna and I went to my grandmother's house to make pierogies. We make pierogies for Thanksgiving, which isn't a normal thing to do for Thanksgiving, but we do it anyway.
Hey, it's normal for your family. That's what matters.
That's true. It is. It's a yearly staple. So we made so many gluten-free pierogies. And I have I still have 2.5 tins of them. And you can only eat so many pierogies at once.
True.
I disagree. There is no limit.
You gotta realize I could eat. If I put away 10 of them, there's still 2-3 trays left. I'm eating a decent amount of them.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. They're like rabbits. They keep spawning more.
They multiply like crazy.
I didn't know they could do that. If we could figure out how to harness this technology, we could end world hunger.
If only.
So
don't let any corporations know, because they'll try to turn it into a profit. Yeah, no,
you're right. So we have a question of the week. This is not our question of the week. This is just me asking a question because of the very filling day. What's everyone's favorite Thanksgiving food?
My family also doesn't do traditional Thanksgiving. We still have turkey and stuffing and stuff. But the main dish is homemade ravioli that are about the size of your hand.
Oh, that sounds great.
They're so fucking good. So that's my favorite.
That's a good show.
I'm a big fan of the yams.
Sweet potatoes or yams?
Yeah.
Well, sweet potato yams.
Yeah. Guess they're the same thing, really.
Dude, I didn't know about the Thanksgiving yams until last year when my cousin's wife was talking about making yams and how much everybody loves the yams.
There you go. Yams are pretty good, not gonna lie.
I eat them.
Yeah. I've got leftovers already of a little of everything that was at my parents' Thanksgiving dinner. My favorite though is the green bean casserole.
Oh,
nice.
Although I do like my mom's cream spinach too.
That sounds good. I've never actually tried a green bean casserole before. The family doesn't make it for whatever reason.
It is the white delicacy.
It can be very good. It can also be very bad.
It really depends on how it's made.
Yeah.
I also like cranberry sauce.
But like, which type of cranberry sauce? Because there's 2 types of cranberry sauce.
Do you like the homemade version or the one in the can?
I am biased to the can, but I've recently discovered I like making fresh baked cranberry sauce.
Okay.
I am
Like-
also biased to the can.
The can is just consistent, and I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of consistency.
Fair.
There's something about like the ridges that stay on it, like from the can, that like
It just comes out whole and
Yeah.
it
stays like
feels
that.
right. You know what I
Also,
mean? Like that's what it's supposed to look
usually a
like.
little sweeter than homemade ones too.
No, not the way I make it. I make it like a can.
Gianna's like, you don't understand how much sugar I put in that thing. Like, it
That's
is
not
bad.
a problem. I just see that as a win.
Ooh, Dizen in chat said a good dressing stuffing with gravy on the side to mix it up into. Ooh, a good
Ooh, yeah.
stuffing's a great answer.
Yeah.
Good stuffing.
Tabby, what is your favorite of the Thanksgiving foods?
Green bean casserole.
Oh, popular answer. Popular answer. That's a twofer.
I will say if I gave like a, like traditional Thanksgiving
Would
food,
also be green
like,
bean casserole.
no, it would be stuffing.
Okay, I was gonna say, is green bean
Stuff-
casserole about to
stuffing-
sweep?
I love stuffing, but stuffing is much like green bean casserole. It's either really good or really bad, depending on who's making it.
100% agree because the
Oh,
one I
that's-
had this
that's
year,
very
not
fair.
very good because
Yeah.
it was soggy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't tell
that's the
Kelly's
worst.
mom I said that.
No, don't worry. Kelly's mom! Yeah, there's so many. So, okay. I think this
The
is
green
a
bean
fun...
casserole was the bomb though.
This is a fun, like, thing is... Do you like turkey? Are you a turkey person? This is to everyone.
No.
No. Yeah. I've noticed that, like, it
Man.
seems like most people don't want turkey, like, on Thanksgiving. And, like, maybe... Like, is it just big turkey that's in our brains to say that we need, like...
Kind of. I mean, I don't host Thanksgiving, so I just go wherever I'm told and eat what's put in front of me. But I have the worst luck with turkey, and I can't tell you why. I will sit down with my family, and they're all like talking about how moist this turkey is, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all are smoking. This piece is dry as heck, and then I'll give them a piece of my plate, and they're like, "How did you find the one dry piece?" I'm like, I don't know, but this always happens.
It always happens to me.
How have you wronged the turkeys
Yeah.
to where the turkey gods are
Yeah, did you,
wronging
like-
you?
I don't know, but it's not really like that surprising. I just get the worst luck in everything, man.
I was gonna say, did you beat up a turkey, like, or something? Like, what, you know?
The only bird I've ever harassed was ducks.
I love ducks. Why did you harass the ducks, though? Like, did they deserve it?
No,
Oh,
That's probably why then.
yeah, it's a bird
but
thing.
if it was for a college experiment, like a legitimate scientific study. We
What
were
kind
mostly
of? Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of study harasses ducks?
animal behavior. Like
Oh no, okay. That's the one thing you could have said that made sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And we wanted to just see like how they would react being interacting with people who's ducks at a park, and so we got water guns and just sat on the bench and kind of shot them at the ducks. Ducks were kind of just looked at us annoyed and just stepped away from the stream, and we're just like, "What are you doing?"
Dude, they're just pissed off. Like, that was.
They weren't even pissed off. They were just like, "Really?"
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah. Apparently, we got like the other people who tried to interact with some of their animals got chased around by the animals.
That's funny.
Nice.
Derek, thank you for the 7th.
Yeah,
And,
it was ethically done because it was a genuine like science class, and we had to make sure we followed very specific rules to keep the disturbance to a bare minimum beyond what was necessary.
Okay. Yeah, that's not so bad then.
Yeah.
On the turkey topic, gobble. Dizen said, a full bird just too hard and too much effort to cook or smoke well. I stick to your turkey breast in the oven and call it a day. Yeah, I mean, like, it's probably like the smartest, like, if you're gonna do turkey. My family makes turkey, but they also make a ham, and I think the ham is usually more popular.
I like
Yeah,
ham.
we do a ham too. but nobody's there for the meat. They're there for the ravioli.
That's I was gonna say, like, in my family, the pierogies is like the main, like, everyone shows up for the pierogies.
Now,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
type of pierogies do you do? Because like there's like all
There's so many
different
types. So for the regular people pierogies, there is just classic potato, there's cheese, there's mushroom, and then there's, I forget what it's called. One that's like a cabbage one.
I've not heard of the cabbage one before.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Some Polish word.
Yeah.
But for the gluten-free ones, we make just regular potato and actually sweet potato. Sweet potato
Ooh.
ones are really good.
My friend's mom makes these massive ones, and they're filled with like cottage cheese, and it is so good.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm trying to think of. I think we made regular Swedish potato ones this year too. Like, I didn't make them, but like they were made for Gianna and I were only part of the creation of the gluten-free ones. We cooked.
No, I cook for Christmas. I don't do Thanksgiving. It was hard enough of a fight to get my mom to give up Christmas. But I was like, Mom, your house is tiny, and also my house is bigger, and I can get, my wife's family to come over. Hi, Prez, and you guys come over. And I have been working Christmas Eve because I was a vet tech for a while, so I was like, my Christmas Eves are dead from work, so leave me alone, and y'all come see me on Christmas Day, and I will cook for you all.
I like it.
Fair.
Prez, in all caps, I'm just gonna do this in the fast way. Said hello to everyone, and said, "I'm a guilty your years."
What does that mean?
Promise?
Don't threaten me with a good time, Prez, because I will make you follow up on it.
Guilty gear is video game.
All I want for Christmas is my sock to stay on my foot.
So you want socks?
No, I want this sock that's on my foot to stay on my foot. And guess what?
Just that sock? Like, no
It's
other
not.
sock?
Not staying on my foot.
Why?
Because it sucks.
Why don't you just? I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
what's your solution?
Be better? I don't.
Be better at sock?
Yeah.
Okay.
My socks aren't falling off my feet.
It's because they're ankle socks, like they're the no-shows.
I hate when my no-show socks slide off my heel in my shoe as I'm walking. Fuck, dude.
It was doing that earlier when we were walking.
And now I'm sitting here and I'm cold and my feet are cold. I'm like, damn, I really wish these socks would do something. My feet are so cold. My feet.
My feet are always
Yeah,
fucking
do
cold.
I have to? Okay. They're cold, yeah.
Do I have to? Okay.
Like, her foot got slightly closer to me when I said that. I'm like, okay. Price said, all guilty Tony's gear if he innocents my cogs. I got the oil all ready to go. I shouldn't make a Diddy joke. I'm gonna move on.
Are you really friends if you can't flirt with each other just a little bit?
That's true. It's a very important factoid of friendship. If you go into public with your friend and people don't mistake you for a couple, are you really friends?
Me and Blair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking of you and Blair when I said that. Oh my goodness.
We were on FaceTime for like 2 hours today.
Damn.
I had a friend in high school who I was really close to for a while, and the entire high school thought we were gay together, to the point that even like the first time I spent the night at his house, we came up and his mom turned to us and said, "Now you can finally tell everybody you slept together."
Oh my god.
It's like, stop it. Stop it, Mom.
She was a wonderful woman. I miss her.
Aw.
My dad had a couple separate, very serious talks with me when I was in high school of, if you're gay, you can tell me.
Yeah, I got those
Because-
ones
Down
too.
did this to me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It was so funny. I didn't know I was gay until I was in my early 20s, but my dad knew when I was in high school.
My dad was definitely wrong, but I was like, I appreciate the sentiment, nonetheless.
My
Yeah.
mom looked at me one day when I was a kid and she goes, Gianna, are you gay? And I went, Mom, all I did was cut my sideburns.
Listen, you all had it easy. My mom took no shame in roasting me, and still does it on my streams, mind you. But there's one time I was struggling to plug like a charger into my laptop, and my mom, without missing a beat, watches me struggle. Says, "No wonder you can't get a girlfriend. You can't find the damn hole."
Oh
Nice.
my god.
Savage.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Straight
funny.
savage.
Yeah.
There was I
Nobody-
never had like a talk like that with my parents. It was like in passing mentioned once or twice. Hey, if you were, we'd love you. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh, cool, good to know.
I'll
I
throw
had that talk
knowledge away.
with both my parents at one point, and my mom loves being a mom so much she had that talk with several of my friends in front of me. I was
Good
like,
mom.
Mom,
That's good, Mom,
Mom,
anyway.
this is awkward. Please stop. They're gay. The rules aren't the same.
There is something very sweet about that though, where
Yeah.
it is like probably embarrassing for you as like the kid, but making sure that like the other kids are like, hey, you need to talk to someone.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll be your adult. You know, like it's very sweet.
My mom will adopt any of my friends. You show up for 5 minutes, and she finds out you have a bad parental home. She's like, okay, cool. I'm your new mom.
And the tally continues.
Love that.
That is very sweet. Guys, it's funny. Caitlin, your dad being like, if you're gay, you tell me. It's
Literally, like it happened twice, and I was like, Dad, thank you, but I'm not. And like, okay, but you could tell me. Yeah. So like it wasn't surprise. Well, it was surprising because of my dad's political beliefs.
Yeah, but
But
like,
also I should have seen it coming that like, you know, when I did come out that he was more accepting of it than my mom.
My mom outed me to my dad.
that's funny.
Oh my god.
We were on vacation and I said something about Chick-fil-A and I was like in middle school and I was like, oh, Chick-fil-A, we can't go there. And my dad was like, why? I was like, they don't support us. I was like, oops, I said us. And my dad was like, what do you mean? My mom was, oh, didn't you know, Steve, your daughter is bisexual.
Oh my god.
I was like,
Savage.
Thanks, Mom.
I was like, Mom, are you on my side or not? She was not. But-
Yeah, I was gonna say that was hard to from that description of that story. I don't know.
Like, you were so supporting of me in like elementary school. What happened now that I'm in middle school and I've decided? Like,
It's funny. Yeah, for me that's never been an issue just because I've only ever been in like straight facing relationships, openly, like, you know. So
Same. Because I finally realized that I liked other people, and then 2 months later I met Kyle.
it's what a fun timeline, huh?
He gives me shit because he says that I'm a bad gay, and I said, listen, it's your fault I'm a bad gay, okay? You came along, that's not my fault. I didn't have a chance.
you took my opportunity from me.
That's very funny.
A one shot, my one opportunity to seize everything I ever wanted.
Do you want me to call you a bad guy?
Sure.
Or do you want me to call you a good guy?
Good guy.
Oh, gay, I said.
Oh, God, I heard guy.
No,
I'm a mediocre gay.
it's okay.
You know what, Tony? At least you asked.
Yeah, you know. I'm just gonna leave that topic in the past now.
I'm mediocre.
I was
Mediocre.
thinking, like, I can't relate. I am hetero.
See, then you never had to go through this part.
I was lucky enough that even if I was bi or gay, my mom would have at first just been confused about the bi and been like, I mean, okay, whatever makes you happy. Like she never would have like cared. She would always, both my parents would have been like, all right, you be you. We love you no matter what you are, type of thing.
Mm.
I was lucky in that regard. So it was never like a worry to begin with. But it was not something I was ever, dealt with because I was like, yeah, I'm straight and never questioned it. I've had plenty of other people try to question it for me, and I'm like, I promise you, I'm good.
It is funny though that other people are like, are you sure?
I'm just apparently really good at flirting with masculine people, and it's probably mostly because I'm like, I just, I'm comfortable and nothing's gonna happen, so there's no risk. I have had to apologize to one or two people.
Shoot my shots with my homies over and over again.
I have had to apologize to one of them. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I don't swing that way. I'm sorry. We can flirt if it makes you feel better, but that's the best I can do for you.
Yeah. That stinks. Yeah, it's you never want someone to get the wrong impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I just said that.
What are you doing?
I ask myself the same question every morning when I wake up. So what are you doing? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's wandering.
Ooh, though. Oh, okay.
No. Tell us what you're thinking.
Somebody has been using the fuck out of the anvil that I've built. I've used it maybe 4 times, and it just broke on me.
The one in the
in the enchanting room.
I've used it twice.
I blame Crow. I'm gonna steal iron from Crow to make up for it. Not all, just some.
Enchanted my sword and pickaxe.
Oh, okay.
At first, I genuinely thought you might have meant like a real life anvil, but that might be because I have too many friends who do real life blacksmithing. And then I was like, and then you said it broke, and I was like, nope, that's definitely not a real life anvil.
Real life blacksmithing is very. That's got to be a cool hobby.
Yeah, my buddy does it, and he's supposed to make me an axe as a present at some point. And I'm like, hey man, you get to it when you get to it. You've got a lot going on.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Oh, so Katelyn, I think you have to change who you blame because Derek said I blame Reese, so I think unfortunately you have to blame our friend Reese instead.
I blame Reese for everything, so what's one more thing?
Yeah, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the blame Reese bandwidth is very open, It's not off the table.
So true.
So true. Oh, we took many jumps in a conversation. I like turkey, but that is where it started. I don't know how we got to where we anyway. I like it, but I do prefer like ham or chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken is
definitely can't have
just
chicken
objectively better.
I knew a family that did chicken instead of turkey. And I fully supported it because everyone agreed they liked chicken more. So they were like, let's just do the thing we like. So
I would fuck up a rotisserie chicken for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I've seen it, and like I like ducks as friends, but I think I would try a turducken if presented with the opportunity.
Oh. I would definitely try it. You could not convince me to prepare it though.
No. I would take like a bite into it just because like I want to know what it's like to taste 3 birds at once.
I think if you placed it in front of me prepared, I'd be like, okay, fine. But
it's just the curiosity would get to me. Like
I have tried duck before. It's not bad, but it's not something I'd go out of my way to get.
I don't know. It's just like I like ducks. I don't have any sort of attachment to chickens or turkeys, so like I have a lot easier time with them.
The duck was mostly I took culinary arts in high school, and we had to prepare Peking duck as a dish. So I learned how to do that. I did that, and I was like, this was a nightmare to do. I'm never doing this again, but it came out pretty good.
Not bad, though.
So much work and the classes in high school were like maybe 40 minutes. So that was a lot of crunching in prep.
Yeah, 40 minutes is not selling a lot of time to do that.
Yeah, it was definitely not.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I just would try it. If it was presented to me, I'm not putting a bird inside another bird though. That's something I don't think I could do.
Yeah.
But
At what point does it become incest?
none of them are the same bird.
But they're all birds, right? So I don't know.
I don't want to.
It freaks me out too much.
So it's weird to be arguing on the other side of a comment when someone says the word incest.
I mean,
but
it's funny you mentioned this because I have a degree in biology.
There we go.
Perfect time to mention it then.
Because they're different
answer
birds,
is
right?
that they are related, but it is so far back that it's impossible for it to ever become incest.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
I accept these terms.
Different people, it's probably similar to people. If there's a belief system that everyone evolved from the same thing.
I mean, if you go back far enough through genetic history, yes, at some point everybody will find a common ancestor. That far back might be hard to find the genetics first, is the problem. But you'll eventually find common ancestry with almost everybody in population.
What is the highest degree of relation without being considered incest? Because it sounds like there's a threshold here.
There is
there's a
there is
threshold.
a specific threshold, yes.
Because who decided? That's what I want to know.
Scientists.
Not that's information I'm going to use.
All right, so
I'm asking for a friend.
There are two different definitions for where it's a problem. The scientific one is very clear cut and dry. It's a problem when the genetics that would be passed down between the two mated people would increase a risk of problematic genetics being passed down, right? So genetics that would eventually lead to a problem with either the individual family or the entire population. That is where we define it as problematic. We call it deleterious genes, which is genes that are going to eventually just cause the population to cease. No matter how much breeding they do, they will just not exist anymore. The moral and legal definitions is far more complicated.
Aqua, you finally using his biology degree.
I didn't the weird thing that you asked this is that there was a section in an entire class we had about that topic.
Oh no.
I took a class in ecology, and one of the things is, when does incest become a problem for the population?
Damn.
I think it becomes a problem when you ask the question.
We only looked at it from a genetic thing, all right?
Because anyone who's Googling that, probably don't want to get into this, but it's just I don't think there's pure intentions with that Google search. That's all I'll say.
The amount of things
becomes a problem when you're related.
You Google search as a bio student that you sit there and I'm gonna end up on a watch list because all of these questions are not appropriate. No. But I swear they're honestly innocent this time.
This lecture is starting to feel a little bit more like an ask.com question board.
Listen, at some point we Googled, okay, so how do we make E. coli resistant to antibiotics? I know how to do this with kitchen equipment.
Oh my.
You know how to make better E. coli.
I do. Not only do I know how to do it, I taught people how to do it.
Yep.
I call it super E. coli. I put a little cape on it.
Now, like
Cute.
the nice thing is the one we were in the school that we were making it resistant to is a antibiotic that like we don't use commonly anymore.
Define better. That's very fair. Like, yeah, what is a better E. coli? Is it more destructive?
That is a good question. So in this case, it's E. coli that produces more offspring and survives longer as a result.
Oh, so it's just more deadly. E. coli is.
So the experiment is literally us injecting E. coli so that it adapts a gene that makes it resistant to a specific antibiotic, and then growing more of it. I promise I haven't hurt anybody.
You sound so concerned.
Because
we
when you
might
sit there
think
and
that.
explain some of the scientific experiments you do as a bio student in college, you sit there and go, why are people going to stay friends with me? I'm a dangerous person to be around.
A danger to myself and society.
Madam Core said, so deadlier. Great. Keep Aqua out of the kitchen, please. Oh.
Listen, I don't think anything about mine is dangerous unless you consider paper cuts dangerous, I guess.
Wait, what?
But nothing about my degree, like, you know.
Oh, your degree.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Nothing about mine's dangerous. It's paper cuts. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I should have specified my degree.
I was gonna say, like, what are you talking? Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I wasn't sure. Yeah, I was like, at first I was like, do you mean your kitchen or your degree? I wasn't 100% certain.
50-50 shot.
Yeah.
No, my kitchen is just made of paper.
I wasn't going to question it.
You know, like, I'm,
Fair.
maybe people who are better at science would know this better, but I think your kitchen being made of paper makes it 100% at more risk to catch on fire at any time.
I don't like statistics. You know,
statistics are just numbers that are in the way of what I want to do.
I mean,
Exactly.
it does depend on what she's cooking with, but you're not wrong. It
paper.
just well, no, like, are you cooking like with oil versus butter?
Or fire, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'm cooking with paper.
Paper and fire.
My kitchen is entirely paper. Everything is paper. All I eat is paper. Paper is everything.
I mean, it's not the worst nutritionally for you to eat.
I was born
Thank
with
you for
paper skin
validating
and
my
glass bones.
Glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs. Every afternoon I break my arms.
We legitimately have a friend, and I'll keep mentioning this because like it's just this friend is a fiend, who eats the fortunes and fortune cookies.
He's a menace to society.
What?
So like
So they
he'll
absorb
just
the fortune?
he'll just eat the fortune cookie and not open it.
Oh. Never mind.
And-
That's worse than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And it's just like
wait.
this
I
unfortunate
thought, like,
fortune
You
cookies.
break open the cookie, eat the cookie, read the fortune, then eat
No.
it. Just
No,
eating
he
it all
just takes the
together.
wrapper off of the cookie and shoves the whole
That's
thing in
so
his mouth
criminal.
because he's an he is psychotic. I can't with him.
It's so funny.
Feral child.
It's just there's a fortune cookie. Ow, and it's gone.
He eats the whole fortune cookie. He's a menace.
Is that
question.
friend okay? That's loaded. That's a very loaded question.
How old is this person?
Probably like
24,
25.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's not
I was
like a
saying-
baby.
I was
Yeah,
like, it's a small child. It's forgivable, but no,
Exactly.
it just keep this statement just keeps getting worse the more I learn about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
there's no
grown-ass
set of
adult.
questions that you can ask that this will get better.
Do they have any kind of explanation for it other than they
No,
just
they're
want to
just
eat the
feral.
cookie?
No, but they will tell you that there are no fortunes in fortune cookies.
That's not no.
That's not how that works.
No.
So I don't,
Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
So I'm convinced that they cracked open one fortune cookie and got the one that genuinely didn't have a
The
paper
fortune.
in it.
Yeah, and now they're like, nah, there's not in there. I can just eat them.
Yeah.
It's so feral. It's so wild. So many questions, not nearly enough time in the world. It's the truth. I think there is not enough time in the world to ask all the questions that we would need to ask to, figure out exactly what's going on in this case. Just, some people.
Yeah.
That's end the sentence. Some people.
Some people, you're not wrong.
I don't know how much more. Cam, yo, it's Big Tony. Hey, Big Tony. Hey, Cam. Hey, regular size, fully functioning Cam. How you doing? How's it been? Hope Cam's good. We love Cam. Cam, cool.
Every
Right,
time
Gianna?
you do the Big Tony and the regular size Cam, my brain just immediately goes to Bob's Burgers with regular sized Rudy.
See, I've never really watched Bob Burgers before, so I'm trying to. Let me Google who's regular size Rudy.
He's just a character in the show.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
That's just his name, huh?
yeah. That's just his name. Apparently it's just they have like several Rudys in the school, so they identify them by like the most abstract things.
So this one is regular size Rudy is the best character. Please watch it. Gianna, you've watched Bob's Burgers, right?
I've dabbled.
Do you know about regular size Rudy?
I don't.
No. This guy?
No.
That ring any bells?
I don't know nothing about no Rudy.
Know nothing about no Rudy?
If you've only watched some of the earlier seasons, he is like a significantly minor character, but he gained in popularity enough that he's becoming more and more regular, like of a reoccurring character. And there might be like a small little like adorable romance building between him and the character Louise, like not like in like a weird like it's just like they're kids and they're just like learning crushes and like it's slowly building between the two of them and really adorable and wholesome, and I'm like, I fucking love this.
Bob's Burgers was one of those shows that I always wanted to get into, and like if it's on, I'll watch like the odd episode, but I've never watched it through.
It is of all like the animated shows that are out there, it is one of the better ones in my opinion. Like nothing against Family Guy or American Dad, but it's not just like
nothing against American Dad though. I love American Dad.
Yeah, I like American Dad a lot. Family Guy I used to like, but it's just gotten very preachy and insufferable.
That's what I mean. Like it's just like I
Thank
don't
you for the
wanna
head
watch it.
pats.
Yeah, like none of the characters are likable anymore.
I guess there's an argument to be made that none of them were supposed to be likable.
Kim said,
Brian was
I know
originally
it's been
likable
here
at
and there
one point,
recently,
and he was
but we
supposed to
make
be
him
the voice of
do
reason,
true.
and then he just kind of slowly evolved into douchier and douchier.
It's true. Oh, Kim said, hey, old Gianna, you legend, you mind doing me a favor?
I got you.
Yeah. Madam Course said, regular size Rudy's the best character, please watch it. They released an episode dedicated to his character that won an Emmy last year. Highly recommend. That's crazy. In like a very good way.
Like Bob Burger is one of those shows that could just as while it's animated, it could so easily turn into like a live action show because it's just that grounded. And you know the parents are for an anime show, the parents are actually like involved in their kids' lives in good ways. Like they're just really
Love to hear
supportive
it.
of their kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, from anything I've seen, I don't think that the parents in Bob's Burgers are bad parents, right?
No, they're good parents.
Yeah. They're good to each other. They're good to parents. You just sit there and like, huh, this is weird. This is weird. I'm not used
They
to
like,
animated
genuinely
dads
still love
being
each other.
good and you know, wholesome.
That is interesting, because like all of the other shows, the parents are very dysfunctional.
Yeah. Like even the
That's
next closest one, which is King of the Hill, like the relationship between, you know,
It's not great.
Bobby and Hank is awful.
Yeah,
And
it's
even
not
Hank
a good...
and Peggy is not the
No.
best.
Like Hank himself too. They're not great people.
Peggy is awful. Like
Peggy, I didn't
can't
want to.
stand
Peggy's
Peggy Hill
not a good
at
person.
all.
Remember the time she kidnapped a child from Mexico?
Yes.
Yep. Or how about just the time that she keeps bragging about what an awesome and wonderful teacher is when she is literally mid-tier at best.
It might be the same storyline, but when she kidnapped the kid or was for something else, she's standing trial for like in Mexico, and like the big defense like was like Hank saying like, just have her speak Spanish on the stand. What? Have her speak Spanish on the stand, and her Spanish is so god awful.
Oh, it's so
that
terrible.
like that they're like, how would she be able to do anything? Look at her.
Like, Your Honor, how? Just look at this.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like shows, like animated shows in particular, where like the parents are like just have like a good relationship.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of them.
Maybe the Loud House.
Oh, the Loud House. Yeah.
I've never watched Loud House.
The parents definitely have a great relationship in that show.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
I know what that is.
It's a kid show, but it is cute.
It's based on comic books, which is what I liked.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was based off of anything like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be set in a style where like you could just take the frames and make it into a comic book series.
Oh, cool. The like premise of the show is, I think there are 7 siblings, and there are 6 sisters and 1 brother. And all of their names start with L's.
You have the number slightly too low.
The number is slightly too low, apparently.
There's 11 children, apparently.
There's more than 7. There's 11.
Yeah.
They're still all L's,
damn.
though.
Yeah, I was just doing like a quick read of the show because I was like, I'm unfamiliar with it myself, and it's like, yeah, there's 11 children, and yes, Lincoln is the only boy.
Lincoln, Lola, Lottie, Luann, and 7 more.
Yeah,
I have the name of all of them up if you would like.
There is a character called Lola. Did you say Lola?
Yeah, Lola's one of them too.
Lola's like the
baby.
Yeah. They have Lori, Lisa, Lenny, Luna, Luann, Lynn, Lucy, Lana, Lola, Lily, Lynn Senior, and then just read aloud. Who's just like the odd one out.
Yeah. The mom is not an L, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't allowed, so she had to start the tradition with when she became allowed.
Yeah.
It's true. Maiden name potentially wasn't an L.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't. Yeah, but the parents in that show have a good. Oh, dude, parents have a great relationship. Bluey.
Oh, Bluey's parents have a great relationship.
Yeah, they have a great relationship.
They do have a good relationship. I am not a fan of the show for other reasons, but
I
otherwise,
love that show.
Really?
I'm very curious to why you don't like the show.
I first of all, like when you're forced to watch it because you're babysitting other people's kids,
That's
kind of puts
okay.
a damper on it in general.
You didn't watch it because you wanted to watch it.
Yeah, and then I just didn't particularly care for the writing. I was like, it's not bad, but it's very, very kiddie, and I get why some adults who are healing their inner child through the show like it, but I don't need to heal my inner child in that regard. I have other issues with healing my inner child that I am working on.
Yeah, like for me, it's a very needed watch.
Yeah.
It is for toddlers. It is for toddlers. It's true.
You know, the Bluey balloon went down for Thanksgiving.
That's horrifying to know.
Oh,
It popped like right when they were blowing it up. And
that's
they had to,
so
like,
sad.
Scotch tape them back together. You know what? But didn't the same thing happen to us when we were kids with Barney?
Probably.
I think so.
I have a very strong recollection of the Barney balloon being swung into a lamppost.
So I never really have watched the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Same.
Never.
I just have
Same.
no interest in it.
When I was a kid, I really liked it.
Not even as a kid. Like,
I might have watched it as a kid, but most of my childhood memories are locked away due to trauma.
Relatable.
They're locked away in a safe.
What did I say to my mom the other day at Thanksgiving? Where she was like, "Did I do that to you in your childhood?" And I went, "Nah, I blocked most of that out."
So you guys said that, and I was walking out of the bathroom, and your mom was like, "Oh, your childhood was that bad." So I started like taking backward steps back to go to the bathroom. It's just like, I'm getting out of here for this conversation.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
And the rest of your family laughed that I was doing that.
Yeah. I was like, "Just those words coming out of my mouth," and I said I had a terrible childhood. No, I did not say that. I just said I blocked it out. Like.
And Disney said, oh, "You haven't watched a giant Snoopy float down the road on TV?" You know.
I'll watch the giant Bluey float down on TV, and then they also have Rita
Snoopy's
and Bingo. Cool. Or no,
who's
no.
Rita?
No.
Chili?
The grannies' names. What do they call themselves when they're grannies?
No idea.
Rita and something else. But it was the grannies in a little cart, and they were driving down the parade route. It was cute.
I think one of them was Muffin, though.
Yeah, it was Muffin and Bingo were dressed as the grannies. Because Bluey had a big balloon. They couldn't do two Blueys.
Rita and Janet.
Janet, thank you.
Bluey is one of my like guilty pleasure shows.
So I love it personally.
It's so cute. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried watching an episode of Bluey earlier this year.
Which one?
I honestly don't remember.
That's not the other one.
I cried the one where Chili is trying to get her dad to take care of herself. Himself, excuse me. And running away from her with the kids.
Yep. I think I almost cried at that one.
I cry in Dead Dad Issues because at the end it's like, I still need you around. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
I can relate to that. While my dad is still around, thankfully, I can relate to that. With other things, like I tend to cry more on father-son relationships, like in How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh my god, dude. Has anyone seen the trilogy? Or like the second one at least?
I have seen all 3 movies.
Dude, okay, this is spoiler warning. Can I talk about it?
Yeah,
I've never seen them and I don't plan on it, so go for it.
Yeah, like, I know what you're
don't think
talking
I've
about
seen the
because I
third
just rewatched
one.
this clip too.
Like,
I didn't see the third one, but the second one. Did you see the second one?
I saw. Yeah,
the second one.
The second one. Okay.
What's the premise of the second one?
The second one, he reunites with his mom.
I have seen the second one.
Okay, when his dad dies, I watched that about 6 months after my dad died. I was not okay.
It was such a rude thing of like, oh hey, he reunites with his wife and
then he's just gone.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
What happened?
And, like, his reuniting with his wife was so sweet. Like she's like, I'm sorry I left you with the kid, and you have every right to be mad at me. And he just looks at her and he's like, you're just as beautiful as the day I lost you. And I was like, no! No!
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. And I was like, okay.
Okay, what was the third movie about?
Where they found the other Nightcrawler, like
the Light Fury.
The Light Fury.
The Light Fury.
Oh, is that the okay. I only know of this other dragon from memes where it'll be like
female Toothless.
Yeah, it'll be like
Toothless
girlfriend
trying
boyfriend,
to like woo her, and then Hiccup just like giving him the thumbs up.
So that's where that clip is from.
Yeah, that's what that's from. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I never saw the third one. There's like a live action one that's being made,
that's
right?
coming. It's a remake of the series that will kind of like reboot everything. Apparently, rumors are it's going to be a little bit more based closer to the books, which I learned there's an entire book series for this.
I didn't know it was based on books.
I gotta say, I saw the trailer.
They're quite a bit different.
Yeah.
And I'm not impressed. I'm not looking forward to it at all because I'm worried that it's just going to be a one-for-one recreation of the animated movie, but with worse acting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I also don't get this need to remake everything into quote unquote live action.
Right.
Either.
Like that's where I'm at. I'm like, it's already a fantastic movie. What is this for people who are too embarrassed to watch an animated movie?
The
Like,
reason it's being remade, I think it's only a cash grab. You know what I mean?
Which is
Like
painful.
it's the companies being like, we've made like 7 Lion King movies. Let's make them all again, but with
It would've been-
CGI graphics.
That's actually the one I was going to say is the most egregious of this live action because I'm like, there's
It's just
not
the
a
same
single
movie.
live action thing in this movie.
Yeah, and like I remember when it first came out, and like all the reviews were coming out. It's like, guys, it's the Lion King. Like you've seen this movie before. You do not
Yeah.
need to see this movie.
Yeah.
I have heard the best of the live action remakes, as far as like not just being a 1-to-1 recreation. While I haven't seen it, was Aladdin, but
I
the
have
big
not
complaint-
seen Aladdin yet.
So
I have.
my best friend basically said that they mislabeled the movie and should have called it Jasmine.
Interesting.
You
Does it
know?
focus more on Jasmine?
It focuses a lot more on Jasmine, apparently.
That's fair.
That's cool. I kind of like that though, because that makes it different enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That it's worth to watch.
It was definitely different.
One movie,
animated one.
the live action that I watched that was very different was Mulan's live action was very
I heard that
different.
one was very different too.
It was fine.
I didn't watch the live.
I didn't watch it, but I did hear that one was very different.
Yeah, it was very.
forgot they
It
did
focused more on like Mulan and her relationship with her sister, which I'll be real.
Mulan has a sister.
I don't even remember Mulan having a sister in the original movies. I don't think she
had
does. But yeah, she has a
She
younger
does not.
sister in the live action.
I don't know if I like that change.
Yeah, it's different though. What I mean is like, so I watched it and I didn't feel like I've seen all of this before. But also it's not like the cute movie that you remember either. You know what I mean?
I'm very
like
attached
it's
to Mulan. I like that movie a lot.
there is no Eddie Murphy as a dragon.
There's no Mushu. At
Mushu.
all, right?
Yeah, no Mushu.
Well, the whole theory is that she's the stone dragon. She's the family's guardian. That's why they couldn't wake up the stone dragon.
They cut out her boyfriend who thought she was a man at first, right?
They cut out our bisexual king. What the hell?
Yeah,
I
I
thought
don't
I remembered
think
people
it
in
wasn't
high school
like
being
the,
angry about that.
I don't think
Was
that
his name
was
like-
like a thing.
Oh, I don't remember his
Shane.
name.
Yeah, because there was like
Because Disney was like, we can't have people who are something other than heterosexual in our movies.
We
Yeah.
can't have a guy get involved with a girl dressed as a guy. What could that say about our brand?
Disney has only done 2 good live action remakes, and they're trying to recapture that, and it's not working. For
That's
you,
true.
what are the 2 good live action remakes? Is what I would ask. Which ones do you think qualify as good live action
You know
remakes?
what live action remake I would take actually? Meet the Robinsons.
Yes. Oh my god. I would just like more people to acknowledge that as a movie, though.
It's a good movie.
Such a good movie.
It's such an underappreciated movie. I remember the first time I watched it, I cried like a baby, and I
Oh my
still
God.
do.
Cinderella or Maleficent?
Um,
Have I
Maleficent
seen the live
is really
action
good.
Cinderella?
Cinderella was a good live action. I will give it, and that's someone coming who's a
You're a
big,
big
Cinderella
Cinderella.
fan.
Yeah.
Like we'll just watch the original movie on a whim because I'm in the mood for Cinderella.
You'll just-
I love.
You will
Cinderella.
just quote
I haven't seen
Cinderella.
Maleficent, but I will now just from the concept of it. I like the idea of okay, let's play with. She's not as evil as we first thought, things like that. And I also
She's a
just
victim
love
of
the fact that
soul.
the baby they had to get was her own child because no other baby could look at her in all that makeup and not cry.
Which I think.
Oh,
is
Angelina
terrible.
Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Was that Maleficent? Was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, I haven't
So-
seen either of those actually.
No, I haven't either. I'll be honest. I don't know if I remember that they made a live action Cinderella.
It was good. We'll add it to our list. Because it wasn't a one.
Who plays Cinderella?
recreation, It was a new twist. Like they added enough to it where it was new. I don't know off the top of my head who played her.
Okay.
You know what live action movie never should have happened? Cruella.
Facts.
I'm like,
I
I
refuse to
don't,
watch it.
same. I was like, there is no amount that you can convince me of humanizing a character whose sole purpose was to make a fur coat out of puppies to make
Out
this
of
watchable.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's definitely not a like
It's not a selling point.
you know, like I don't know what else to say. It's just like, yeah, I you can't really humanize that. Some villains are just villains because they're shitty.
Yeah.
You know,
There's this new trend of trying to humanize all the bad guys, and I'm like, but some people just in this world, unfortunately, are bad people.
yeah, there are some villains that are definitely like interesting to humanize and at least like see how they got there.
Mhm.
So Madam Core said the Cinderella remake took the original movie and only added a little bit extra to the character deaths. That's why it worked. Yeah, I think that's how you do it. You add and you don't change too much. Like they're doing, like I don't know how much is going to change or anything like that, but they are. Gianna, you were actually saying the other day about the Mufasa movie.
Yeah,
That you
I have
weren't,
a feeling they're gonna retcon a bunch of the lore.
Probably.
Okay,
Which is
Because they want more
I forgot they were
money.
doing that.
Lily James played Lily James.
Yes,
so I know
Lily
who
James,
this
thank
is.
you.
Did I not? This came out in 2015. I had no idea this existed.
It's good. It's not amazing. Like it's not something I'll watch on repeat. But
Richard
it was a
Madden.
good retelling of the classic story. Like I wasn't
I'm not-
mad at it. Usually
I'm
I'm
not-
mad at when they touch Cinderella. Usually I'm like, don't touch her. She's perfect. But I wasn't mad at it.
Interesting. Yeah.
Maybe we'll watch it tonight.
I never saw Maleficent either, truthfully.
Maleficent was good. Maleficent, they made her a victim of assault, which I thought was an interesting kind of take on it.
Maleficent.
Like that's
Yeah,
the
I knew it was
first time this was a
Angelina
movie. And this movie came out
Jolie.
when 2014. That's not a spoiler.
I knew Angelina Jolie was Maleficent, but I don't know anything past that about the.
Elle Fanning was what's her face?
Who's Elle Fanning?
Yeah, Elle.
Are they related to Dakota Fanning?
Yes.
Is this Dakota Fanning?
No, that's Elle.
Okay, I didn't. Oh, here's Dakota Fanning. This person is how old? 26, and Dakota
Is Elle
Fanning
like their
is
cousin,
30.
sister, or mom? I can't remember.
They're only like 4 years difference.
I'm pretty sure they're siblings.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're also Nepo babies. So.
Well, yeah, I know their mom's a famous actress, and also doesn't really like Dakota's
so,
acting.
Them, of course, said they are sisters.
Yeah. Like,
because I know the name Fanning from Dakota Fanning. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's
a whole big thing about Dakota's mom refusing to watch 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, on one hand, I get it, but also, like, you don't have to, like, in the middle of an interview, embarrass your poor daughter being like, I'm never going to watch that movie.
True.
Why was a Fanning in 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, I think Dakota played her.
It says Dakota Johnson.
Oh, Dakota Johnson.
Did Dakota Fanning get married? No.
No, Dakota Johnson was a different actor.
Person. Interessante. But
listen, I never watched the movie Core, okay?
I've never watched 50 Shades, I've never read the book, and I have no intentions.
Same.
It's just Twilight fanfiction.
Yep. All thanks to 9/11.
What?
I mean, Twilight's just Harry Potter fan fiction.
You don't know the butterfly effect that is Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey is the product of 9/11?
9/11?
No, what?
Okay.
Is this real?
Yes.
Yeah.
9/11 happened, and Gerald Way, the singer of My Chemical Romance, saw it, and he was so traumatized from that experience that he was inspired to create music and create My Chemical Romance. Stephanie Meyer was inspired to create Twilight based on My Chemical Romance music.
Wait. Okay, so time out. So My Chem started because of
It's all his
9/11.
fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gerard Way
Yep.
was like, I saw these horrible events. I'm going to start a band.
Yep.
Like, he's admitted this in an interview that was like the catalyst that made him make that band.
Yeah. So
Yep.
he created the band, and Stephanie Meyer, the creator of Twilight, was inspired to create Twilight based on that music. And 50 Shades
like
of Grey
Dark
is
and
Twilight
Angsty.
fan fiction.
Yeah.
Like, you could find the story online with all the characters' names being Bella and Jacob. Or Edward, whoever the fuck the character was supposed to be.
The 9/11 to Ellen DeGeneres pipeline.
Oh yeah,
what?
that one too.
Oh.
What?
That one I don't know.
Someone's got to explain this to me. This is not where. Does anyone know it? Like what?
I don't remember that one.
All right.
Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah.
It says so apparently this is lumped in with the Twilight one as well. So okay. So 9/11 happens.
Mhm.
Gerard Way makes My Chemical Romance. Stephanie Meyer writes Twilight. 50 Shades of Grey gets written. Dakota Johnson is in 50 Shades of Grey. And then goes... Oh, I do remember this. And then she goes on an interview with Ellen. And Ellen says something about how she wasn't invited to Dakota Johnson's birthday party, and Dakota Johnson on live TV is like, actually, Ellen, you were invited because you threw a fit last year when I didn't invite you, so I did invite you this year.
Ellen, that is not the truth.
Yeah. And then after that was when everybody was like, oh, that was kind of shitty of Ellen. Hey, remember in 1997 when she did this fucking shit or like something like that?
And then they've gone back and relooked at every interview with her with like Taylor Swift and how she just bullies Taylor all the time, to the point of like Taylor's almost cried several times on Ellen's show. Whether or not you like Taylor is a different argument, but like it still happened.
Well, and then they, talked about how Ellen is then it started coming out about how much of a toxic work environment it is and how awful she is to her employees on the show and all this shit. And then her show got canceled.
Wow. Yeah. So Core in chat too said like Dakota Johnson was the catalyst to getting Ellen canceled. That's crazy.
Ellen sucks.
Yup.
I liked Ellen DeGeneres' Dory's voice in Finding Nemo.
And the voice actress, she's fine. I can separate the art from the artist, but like.
But I didn't know anything about Ellen DeGeneres when I saw Finding Nemo as a child. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, this is a fish that is scatterbrained. I like them.
Have you heard about the Michelle Pfeiffer getting and why she was in two different songs that came out the same year?
No.
So if you ever pay attention to both Riptide and Uptown Funk, two completely different genres of music that came out around the same time, both have a reference to Michelle Pfeiffer. It all goes back to a 2013, the 2013 Olympics, where on a freak chance, Vance Joy and Bruno Mars were like in the booth together and made a bet, and the bet was that if so I forget what it was specifically. Oh, she makes a bet with them. Like the three of them are in this place. And see if I can find it. The details. Yeah, and she won the bet, and so they both had to put her name in their song.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why there's just like that random reference to them both in the song.
Yeah, I'm trying. Where's the Michelle Pfeiffer reference in Riptide?
Hang on.
Pfeiffer, Riptide.
This is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I just don't recognize. Where is?
So it's I I swear she's destined for the screen closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen.
There it is.
That is true. I have,
Yeah.
that I have heard that before.
It's
but like, it
such
just never,
yeah,
like clicked. I guess that's, huh? How weird is that's funny.
There's all types of things like that. Like we're like one little thing being different, and we wouldn't have some of these great things. Like Kingdom Hearts was a genuine one chance off that almost didn't happen.
Ooh.
It was just a freak thing that a Square Enix executive and a Disney executive met in an elevator and started talking, and thus was born Kingdom Hearts.
It's like, how funny would it be if we took our properties and put them together?
No, like that's literally like they just did like this bullshit elevator pitch. It was just like, what if we did this thing and then created one of like the most complicated video game franchises of all time that everybody complains and loves simultaneously.
And I've been told if you claim that you understand the lore of Kingdom Hearts that you're lying.
I have been playing Kingdom Hearts since the day the first one came out. Every game I have played, I don't understand the lore, but it all makes sense while you're playing it. And then you try to go to explain it to somebody else, and you're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
You had to be there for this to make sense.
Who are you?
Wait a minute.
So his name is Roxas. He's Sora's nobody, so that's why he has the X in his name and the letters are rearranged. But he also looks like this guy Terra, but that's not important.
It's Ventus, not Terra. Terra is Xehanort.
I messed it up.
Terra is Xehanort, all right? Except he's also Ansem, except he's not Ansem, because Ansem was this blonde dude.
What's happening? Shrix! What a perfect time to raid in. I mean, and you were playing Final Fantasy 14 online, which is very funny, because we're talking about how Kingdom Hearts doesn't make any sense. But hello, Shrix, thank you for the raid. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name's Tony, aka HydroxideAnt. Currently, we are doing Background Noise episode, I believe, 567. Yeah, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts, which is loosely related to the game you were playing, because Square Enix. Smile.
My favorite thing is when Tony does, like, visual gags for an audio podcast.
What did I do?
You checked your wrist to see what episode this was.
Fuck. I forgot that I do that.
It's my favorite thing. I'm just like, I can see it. I appreciate it. But like...
It's just so natural to me that...
Listen, Corp, I don't think they ever had a plot in mind. They just threw this game together and then went, oh my god, this worked.
People like this? Oh no, what do we do now? Hi, Tony. Hi, Shrix. How you doing? Also, ooh, Kingdom Hearts. Yes, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts, and how it don't make sense, you know?
I think all 3 of the games are on sale on Steam.
Interesting.
It might be time to like disappear for a couple months.
Yes, it will take you months to get through all of that. You're not wrong.
I never finished any of the games on my own. I played a little bit of the first game when I was a kid, and my brother finished the game. I should probably play through them at some point in my life, right? So I could be confused.
Yep. That sounds about right, Corp.
So Shrix even said, I own all the Kingdom Hearts games already, so I'm good there. Being all the chain of memories. Ooh. Yeah, and like Aqua is referring to, Cora said, I have every game. I have played every game. I could not tell you what happened.
Fair. I don't understand Kingdom Hearts. Like, at all. I just know Goofy's there.
Well, because, like, so there is, like, you know, the game at its core is just like, hey, how cool would it be if we put all these Disney's characters in a Final Fantasy-like game?
Yes.
And then they're like, I guess we have to, you know, make it make sense. And then they didn't.
Listen, my favorite thing, joke-wise, that I've seen is this YouTube channel that's like, so this is basically, and they did, so this is basically Kingdom Hearts, and the way the plot makes so nonsense, but also at the same time, is you could replace every phrase of darkness with bees, and it would make just as much sense.
I love that, actually.
And like he shows an example, and I'm like, yep, nope, that all works. That all works.
Shriek said, I know the basics just of the story and how it all connects, but deep dives really couldn't give you.
So like the main
100%
reason
almost every
the,
game, no
the
clue what
plot
the
gets
plot
so
is.
complicated is that at some point, yeah, the DS games.
Hmm.
At some point,
Yeah.
Square Enix decided, what if we added time travel and created a
Oh.
time loop for this? Where the old man that was played by who was Xehanort's first voice actor?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I was actually looking at my wife. That's why I paused.
Oh.
Because she had it on the tip of her tongue too.
Who is it?
It's a famous actor who like the game was star-studded from the start, and so a couple of like the main characters, voice actors, passed away.
Oh.
And like Xehanort's was the big one. Leonard Nimoy played the main
Leonard
villain.
Nimoy did. Oh.
Yeah, and so like the third game, like
famous for
unfortunately,
being in Star Trek.
the third game in unfortunately, like the main villain has a new voice actor, which makes sense because Leonard Nimoy passed. But the guy they got lacks that gravitas that Nimoy brought to the character, so he's just like infinitely less intimidating. But they do this thing of like, okay, we're gonna bring back the most recent version of this character through time travel, and it's the oldest physical aged body of him, and I'm like, that's not how this works. Meanwhile, like there's a literal like teenage version of him sitting next to him, and I'm like, but that should be, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just here for the ride, and the letter X is a problem. That's all I got for you.
Like we're just talking about the plot, and like my brain's already spinning. Like, like we're just talking about how it doesn't make sense. We're not even really talking about the plot itself.
Yeah,
I've never been more excited to spend $65.
65
Just
for all
a-
3 games, or
All 3 games, baby.
well,
I think
3
I'm
in
gonna
quotes.
do it.
It's
there's, like,
hold
other
on, let me go
games,
back
like,
to
in
the Steam
between,
page and
right?
see.
So what
See
they're
everything
talking
this
about
shit
is Kingdom
includes.
Hearts 1.5, 2.5, and 3, although it might be 2.8 included in there because that's
It's-
kind
Do
of
you
important
have to
too.
play those games?
It's HD
like
1.5, 2.5 remix, HD 2.8 final chapter prologue,
Yeah, that
and
one's-
3 plus Remind DLC, and the 1.5 and 2.5 also includes Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 358 days, 358 over 2 days, HD cutscene compilation, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and Kingdom Hearts Recoded HD cutscene compilation.
I couldn't even focus for that entire. That's how many games they were. Like I got lost halfway
If
through.
you want to start a really hilarious, foolish debate over Kingdom Hearts, ask people what the title of 358 over 2 days is, and you will create an instant debate because nobody can agree.
I don't think this statement.
Wait, what's the
someone in
argument?
chat said the
So,
Tailpie smells bad.
When the game first came out, remember it was
Fucking
the DS
Chance.
game, and
Yeah,
so
it's
like
Chance.
the way the title is presented is
I don't even have to
grossly
look.
unclear. Is it 358 days over 2, 358 over 2 days? It was a see, Core knows what I'm talking about.
Oh,
It is the one game that the fandom cannot agree on what the title is supposed to be.
Like
because the whole thing is like it's the 358 days where Roxas was a member of Organization 13, and
I'm
that's the 2
aware.
days where he. But isn't that It's like the 2 days where he has like the amnesia and doesn't remember anything, so it makes sense to be like
the debate also is
358 over
358 days before Kingdom Hearts 2 takes place.
Oh.
Yeah, welcome to the debate.
So, okay. If you wanted to, like, play Kingdom Hearts, do you have to play all these in-between games, or can you just play 1, 2, and 3?
Yes, you have to play all of them.
I'm looking for someone to tell me no. Can someone tell me that I don't have to play all of them?
No one's gonna stop
No, Tony, you don't have to play all of them.
Okay, thank
they're
you.
not gonna make you.
You're welcome.
They're not gonna make you play whatever the hell the rhythm game is on Epic Games Store
yes, they
or
are.
anything.
I'm going to spoil something for you. I'm going to spoil something for anybody looking to get into Kingdom Hearts. Every Kingdom Hearts thing that has ever been released is lore relevant, including a world orchestra that had lore story parts to it that most of the people missed.
So fucked up. Why?
Like, it is a joke amongst the community that they have these Tamagotchis that are out in Japan, and we're all waiting for what the lore significance of those are going to be.
This is
because
insane.
if they released a mobile game which created the lore so massive that the video games you've played are a drop in the ocean of lore that the mobile game created. Also, you can't even play this mobile game anymore. I broke Tony's VTuber.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had to restart the VTuber. Like he got lost so bad.
Lost in the sauce.
Wait, there's fucking hold on. There's so all that shit was in the 1.5 and 2.5 remix, which is one game. You buy them together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2.8 final chapter is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Kingdom Hearts X back cover movie, and Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep.
Yup.
I'm not even clicking on the third one. Just put the damn game in my library, man. I don't need to see what comes with it.
I like how I've asked someone please tell me to play all 3 games. Core, don't even play them to begin with.
three pretty different answers.
Yeah, I got a whole variety of answers here. Because like I feel like playing Kingdom Hearts might be fun. You know, I never really played it.
I think you would enjoy Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, dude, I think these games still hold up.
Like, no, they do. They've aged really well.
These games are so good.
Like they're well designed games. Just if you want to try to follow the plot, your best bet is just nod along and say whatever's going on in the game makes sense.
Don't do it, man. Not worth the brain aneurysm. I only did it because I started as a kid. I didn't know, man. This feels like we're talking about like hard drugs or something right now. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about like. Katelyn's like, oh shit! I thought Kingdom Hearts was.
Well, I have nothing to contribute then. Damn.
I will be right back, guys. I have to go feed my cats.
Sounds good.
Oh, it's a valiant reason to.
Yeah, it's a good reason.
Away.
Yeah. Funny enough for me, my Kingdom Hearts journey happened within the last 5 years. Yeah, I feel like I've seen people play it recently, or like for the first time.
I feel like this game series is probably closest to the characterization of drugs.
Yeah, I guess I mean, from what it's sounding like, people are like, "No, this is good shit, man. Like it all makes sense. This is don't do it ever," or like.
But it's the people that have done them before that are like, it's not worth it, man.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I need to hurry up and finish this new Dragon Age game. Am I right, guys? We got Kingdom Hearts to play. Dragon Age fans in the chat. My bad.
I was 7 when the first one came out, and my parents bought it for me because Disney is for kids. They didn't know. No one knew.
No,
This
literally,
is
like,
so good
I
that
look
we're
back,
going down this
like,
path.
the craziest part is you sit there, and for Core can relate to this. When Kingdom Hearts 2 ended, we were promised Kingdom Hearts 3. And before that, we had like one intersect game. Like we had Kingdom Hearts, we had the Game Boy Advance Chain of Memories, then we had Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. 15 years later, we finally get Kingdom Hearts 3, but we had every sidestep and backtracking you could imagine between the 2 and 3.
Like, how many games did they make between 2 and 3 coming out?
They made, between 2 and 3, they made Birth by Sleep, which was a prequel to the entire series. 2 DS games, which was Recoded.
The way I grew into an adult before the third one came out, that's crazy.
Same. They made 358 over 2 days, or whatever title you want to call it. The one where you get to play as Roxas for the entire game. They had the Recoded. They had I want to say there was one more. There were like 4 games. They also like remade a couple games before the third one came out. Oh, they did Dream Drop Distance, which was for the 3DS. So yeah, like 3 or 4 games before they finally released Kingdom Hearts 3, including remastering everything else before Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, Birth by Sleep 0.8. Thank you. Forgot
Dream
about that
Drop
one.
Distance, and then that's so much.
Bless you.
Thank you.
They usually did cool stuff when they remastered it, though,
They
right?
did.
Like
No, they
in
did.
the first game, didn't they added like a fight with Riku?
Maybe.
I think it's you're in the fucking castle where you meet Beast. I think they added a fight with Riku there.
I remember the first, the final, like the director's cut versions of each game. The first one added the least amount of content compared to like the second, which added a lot of content.
It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So,
They added
the
a
Stranger,
fight with
yeah.
the Stranger, which is basically Zemnis. Zemnos.
Tony, I don't want to put you on like a hot seat here or anything, but if you wanted to play them, I would definitely buy it for you. I know spending that much money on games is tough.
I would play them.
Okay. Say less.
Say
Don't continue that thought.
Because I think it'd be fun to play through them. Like, I never really did. I don't know if I would play all the games in between, though. You know what I mean? Like, I think I would do 1, 2, and 3.
Like, if you jump between just 1, 2, and 3, you will understand absolutely nothing. Even worse than if you actually played them.
I think if you just played 1, 2, and 3, that is still at a value higher than the $65.
Yeah, I was going to say probably.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So they had to constantly remake them because Japan got exclusive DLC that never released outside Japan. So they finally added one thing. The US released Japan and 3 new items were it. So they technically had been released multiple times each. Sadly, yeah, like Aqua was saying that before, sadly, every game is lore canon.
Mm-hmm. And like
maybe like
Kingdom Hearts 3 does finally like genuinely resolve everything that's been released in all the previous games and brings everything together in a really satisfying way, and then leaves you with 15 more questions.
And also more questions. Got it. So you're telling me is that I gotta play all the games.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Now, not all of them are super long. Like, it's worth noting, like, maybe like Birth by Sleep is like maybe a 12-hour game. That is the technical chronological order, yes.
All right, I'm gonna have to like look that up again at some point.
Honest to God, the easier way to do it: play all of 1.5, then 2.5, then 2.8, then 3. It will be fine. Because they weren't released in any form of chronological order.
My brain. Sorry, I'm trying to comprehend anything that just happened. It's been a lot. No, the fuck they weren't. Oh my gosh. Tabby, I appreciate you.
Like, Star Wars was released in a better chronological order than Kingdom Hearts.
And thank you for the
why
games,
George
Tabby.
Lucas fucking release 4, 5, and 6 first? What the hell? This guy don't make no sense. Yeah, you're welcome, Tony.
Yeah. All right, it's time to. So how? As a recap, let's see how many fucking games are in this thing. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. So. So it comes with. My brain's confused. Whatever.
So it's like, it looks like more games than it is. It's still a lot of games, but a couple of the DS ones, they like didn't port the actual game over, and they just made movies out of them. It's just like compilations of the cutscenes.
Okay, so there's the first one is. It says, my brain's so lost.
Also, I think Chain of Memories is just like the first game again, but it's different combat, or is that a different one I'm thinking of?
That's a different one.
There's like one where it's cards.
That Chain of Memories is the one where it's cards, but it is not just the first game over again. It is actually a step into Kingdom. Like Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts 2 are a sequential series of events. Like genuinely, that's how the franchise started. Was genuinely just going in a specific order.
I bought the Kingdom 1 for when it came out too, and it was a gift to me. As it came out, fucking bought the entire CS screens. Collected far too much money for me.
Recoded, which was originally a mobile game that got ported to the DS, is basically a retelling of Kingdom Hearts 1 with some important, significant differences that creates a very complicated plot hole.
Okay, so just the first game covers from like, and the out of these three covers from 1 to where? I'm so confused.
Kingdom Hearts 1.5 is what's in that one?
So my brain is trying so hard to understand.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 is a sequential series of events between Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and 358, which all lead directly into Kingdom Hearts 2. And that's where everything starts nice and easy. And then it all gets complicated after that.
You're writing that down, Gianna?
Oh, yeah. Feverishly.
Okay. Got it. Write that down.
So then in Kingdom Hearts 2.5, which everything immediately starts going, yep. So we had an order, and now we've broken it. It contains Kingdom Hearts 2, which is the sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1, Birth by Sleep, which is the first game in the chronological order of events, and Recoded, which kind of exists somewhere after Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, so wait. So look at the Steam store right now. This first air quotes game is 6 games together.
Yes.
Okay.
So they lobbed 1.5 and 2.5 together.
Yeah, I was like, yes,
And
I forgot
then
that they did that.
The second one is 3 different games together.
Yeah, that's the 2.8 final chapter.
And
Yeah.
then the third one is just the third game?
The third game is just the third game plus its DLC.
Okay. All right. Yeah. 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 If I say yeah more, will you just confidently believe I know what's going on? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what the rest of us as Kingdom Hearts fans have been doing.
We just all pretend. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you. It's funny. Hi.
Hi.
What you doing? Yeah?
Yeah.
Good talk.
So, like, a month from now, we're all going to get messaged by Tony being like, why did you guys let me do this?
No, the message will just be all caps. Core was right.
It's all gonna pay off when he gets to the Little Mermaid level.
Oh,
I swear.
I can't wait for him to go through that.
I can't tell if you can't wait for me to go through it because it's really cute or it's very hard and I'll want to die.
Both. It is both.
Yes. Okay. The answer is yes. Got it.
The answer is yes. You like rhythm games, right?
No. I'll make it work. My brother and Chris, if I could skip that entire aerial world.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of Ariel. I thought she was whiny.
Oh, wait till she's in Kingdom Hearts.
She's even whinier. Ugh. I see. Ariel was never a good princess in my mind because she had like an entire kingdom, like that her father
Yeah,
controlled,
that's right.
and like she was like, "This isn't good enough for me. I want to leave. I want to change who I am for a man." And it's like, okay, well,
Okay, so like imagine that, but in a rhythm game that you can't even complete in one sequence, where you have to keep progressing through the rest of the game and keep going back.
oh boy.
Yeah.
I just looked at Gianna. Oh, so much fear in my eyes.
Oh boy. See my girl Cindy? Cindy only wanted a day off, okay? That's all she was looking for. Day off and a nice pair of shoes. Who can blame her?
And a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah, she just wanted a new pair of shoes and a night off to go to the dance. She didn't even plan on meeting anyone.
Whatever you think is the most underwater level in any game ever, Kingdom Hearts has made that look like heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. You know that like everyone has that moment where like you love this game and then there's that like that one part you just know you don't talk about. That's that section.
We don't talk about the aerial level. No one talks about the aerial level.
It is genuinely the least talked about part about Kingdom Hearts because everyone's just like, so we all just collectively ignore that, right?
We
But it's so
collectively agree
cute.
it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're all sitting here being like, so Donald is the most powerful mage that Square Enix has ever created, but he still can't heal me.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I do enjoy that you get to spend a lot of time with Donald Duck and Goofy, though. That sounds like a lovely time.
So the most frustrating thing you will experience, like genuinely, as you progress through the Kingdom Hearts games, is you sit there and as you go through some of the worlds in the first 2 games, you get to include the other Disney characters in your party, but you have to take Donald and Goofy out, and you're sitting there and be like, well, why can't I just have all of them? And then Kingdom Hearts 3 happens, and they're like, okay, but like, what if we just let you have all of them? And we're like, oh, I've been asking for that since day 1.
That sounds lovely. I can have all of them. You can have all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Donald is literally the most powerful mage
God
in
tier
Square Enix
yet.
history. Like he is capable of casting the highest level of flair ever created by Square Enix. Can't heal you. You're just like, hey, I'm dying over here, and he's like, what? I'm out of mana. Sorry.
Like Tony's just gonna have to try it for himself.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll be he will soon understand all the jokes that we make about Donald.
I like Donald.
I was gonna do Donald Duck impression, and then I realized I can't do one.
Oh. Fair.
It is one of the hardest impressions to try to do.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Because you either just sound unintelligible, nobody can understand what you're saying, despite the fact that people can actually understand Donald, or you just sound like you're talking in normal voice.
Yeah.
So Tony,
Yeah.
we haven't done question of the week.
You're right.
I thought question of the week was about Thanksgiving.
No, I actually prefaced it multiple times by saying that this is not the question of the
He
week.
did.
Oh,
He did.
Smile.
Yeah. The question of the week, it's nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts at all. Is what would your superhero name be?
Doesn't pay attention, girl.
Huh. Yeah, that one ready to go.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of like it's more like a sidekick name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Doesn't pay attention, woman.
Yeah, there. Sorry.
There
Thank
you go.
There it is.
Or Mayor Gianna. That would be my superhero name. Marijuana girl.
Marijuana girl.
Marijuana.
Mary Jane.
Marijuana woman. Trying to think what my superhero name would be.
I think I already have one.
HydroxideAnt could be a pretty cool superhero name.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That too.
I am tempted just to say my superhero name's Tony and just.
You wouldn't be the first one.
It's true. That wouldn't be the only Tony.
You would not be the only Tony.
Yeah, I feel like Katelyn is probably Scandal your superhero name.
Yeah, because, like, what else would it be? You know?
Why?
Why a woman?
What the fuck?
You represent all of Wyoming. What are you talking about?
You know, there are much worse representatives that could have been chosen. Thank you for the honor. I would like to speak for my state as a whole and apologize for how we voted in our most recent election and every election since the 1960s.
Listen.
Yeah.
It could be worse because you could be living in a swing state like I do.
Oh, so you never know what's going on.
But at least there's a chance that you guys might do the right thing.
There is, but it also makes it so much worse when we don't, because when you really break it down, when you break it down,
Yeah.
the swing states are the only votes that matter in the way the electoral college votes.
Yes, in
right?
modern
Yeah.
day, it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had this conversation with my father for so long because he's always like, "Yo, go vote." And I'm like, "I will the day my votes start mattering," because I'm like, in the way the electoral college for presidential elections work, if you're living in a red state or a blue state, your vote doesn't matter. You can argue it till you're blue in the face; it doesn't matter.
But you just said you live in a swing state,
I
right?
do live in a swing state.
So your vote does
My
matter.
vote does now matter. So I did vote this election.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I was about to yell at you if you said you didn't vote in this last election.
I did
living in a
vote
swing
in
state.
this election.
Okay.
Yeah.
My thing is...
I live in a blue state, and I'm always going to vote because if enough people had the attitude of my vote doesn't matter, then that's how the state turns.
Exactly.
Yes, you are correct. You are. I acknowledge that. Like, yes, if we got all the the American population to actually vote, most states could become swing states. But when you look at reality,
I don't know. I live in a very red state. Like I said, my state has voted red in every single election since I think 1964. I think, don't quote me on that, but around then.
yes.
I still went and voted, even though my vote technically doesn't count.
I'm not
to
going
me,
to discourage anybody from actively voting, right? Like, if you want to go vote, I do it. Like, it's but acknowledging that, like, if you're in a locked-in state, that it doesn't matter, not from a necessarily defeatist standpoint, but from there is a broken system that we are working in, is still important.
100%. The Electoral College is fucking bullshit because they don't have to vote. Like, the representatives that, count for that one vote from each state, they could decide to vote against what their state wants, and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't technically matter. Like, those Electoral College votes would still go towards whoever, even if not a single American voted.
Also, the argument that the point of Electoral College is that the heavy populated areas don't outweigh the lower populated areas is also false. Because I watched, Pennsylvania, and the area I live in was heavily blue. And last election, not this most recent one, but the last election, there were like two slightly other areas that went blue, and that was just enough between Philly and Pittsburgh to switch the entire state to blue. Meanwhile, the entire center of the state was red. But because those like three little ones switched to red this year, it was still switched. It was enough to switch it back over. But I'm like, that still means that these densely blue areas, which are the two major cities, still run a huge portion of what the state votes. So the Electoral College protects the small populations doesn't work anymore. It's not true.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
I have tried to argue to my father pretty much every single election year for the last decade. Like, even not major elections, anytime there's politics brought up at all, I just argued that, well, at the time, he was a red voter living in a blue state. And I'm like, I've used the same argument. Like, your vote doesn't matter with the Electoral College. Why don't you want to get rid of it? Why don't you want your vote to count? And he's like, no, the Electoral College is good and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're just saying that because it tends to be that Republicans win even if they don't win the popular vote. Like, your party benefits from it. Like, that's why they want to keep it, because their party benefits from it.
Yes. Now, I want to clarify, when I say the voting, I only take that stance towards the presidential election. Any local election, or even your senators or your congressmen, vote. Those votes matter, always.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that is very true.
I was like, local elections is very important that you vote. But like the Electoral College, which only applies to the presidential election, which, is still a weird thing, is the one where it's very frustrating because there are so many times where your vote just doesn't count. And it's not like I don't care if the guy I voted for lost, right? That can happen. That's not what makes my vote irrelevant. It's this state's going to vote opposite of what I do no matter what I do. That's frustrating.
Definitely frustrating.
Yeah.
And of course,
Frustrating,
welcome
yes,
to American
but-
politics, kids.
Yeah. Frustrating, but I'm still not gonna stop voting just because.
Oh yeah,
my
I'm
swing's
gonna.
not gonna swing,
I'm
you know?
going
No,
to
yeah.
vote in every presidential election of my life. You know what I mean?
There's only one category that of presidential elections that I'm like, listen, I respect your moral choice on this, but please stop. Until we can change the system, voting third-party presidential election is truly the most throwaway vote you can do.
The way our system is set up, absolutely.
Right, like I'm talking about the way the system is
100%. With the way the system is currently, yes, but it does suck. That is the way our system is because we definitely there have probably been many cases throughout American history where maybe the people who would have been the best candidate wouldn't have been one of the two people selected by one of those parties. You know what I mean?
There are I could list several cases where that has happened throughout American history. But
yeah, so it's just kind of like, but we live in a two-party system.
Yeah.
So it unfortunately you gotta swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Vote.
Because I'm like the fact that several of the third-party candidates were not even able to be on the ballots in several of our states is a problem.
Mm.
It literally leaves it that they cannot win. Because the only way for them to get counted as a vote in that state is write-ins, and that's a whole mess in and of itself.
Write-ins on the presidential level won't really ever matter.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible for it to matter.
Yeah. Again, this is I'm just saying within our current system, right? If things change, that's different, you know.
It's true. You know, that makes me think. Hey Tabby, what would your superhero name be?
Probably something really cool like Sora or Riku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever they tried to name the boat in the first game. Was it like Nightingale or something like that? I forget what Riku wanted to name it.
I didn't know there
was. It was something real edgy, like Night Shadow or something.
Hang on. I'm Googling this.
This is how deep the lore goes. We don't know the name of the boat.
No, because it's such a throwaway.
It's very important. You need to win the race so Riku can't name the boat the edgy name.
Apparently, it's not even that edgy. It was apparently the Destiny's End.
Oh, damn. That goes hard.
Yeah, no.
That was just say that.
It has symbolic meaning of it's his desire to break free from the predetermined fate of his island life.
I wonder what I was thinking of then. Oh, it might be like the pre-generated name that pops up if you win the race.
There's a couple pre-generated names if you win the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for Tony to do the gummy ship missions.
There's a gummy ship?
There's a gummy ship.
Is it like made of gummies?
No.
Yes,
be disappointed.
but no.
Oh.
Wait, aren't the pieces called gummies?
The pieces are called gummies, but not the way you think.
Yeah, they're not actually made of gum.
It's not like a gummy worm.
It's not like a gummy worm or anything like that. They're just blocks, colorful blocks. Also, my biggest recommendation: don't build your own gummy ships. You'll either get lost in the sauce of hours trying to customize your gummy ship, or you will just mess it up and never be able to fly properly again. There is no in between.
You'll never fly again. Did everyone give me their superhero name? Aqua, did you say one?
I did not,
What's your
but I
superhero
would
name?
probably just pick Aqua Bandit.
Yeah, Aqua Bandit's actually a pretty rad superhero
Yeah.
name, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's the Aqua Bandit.
Like, the fun thing about it is I could easily be a hero or a villain with that name.
That's what I was just thinking as soon as like Gianna said, it's the Aqua Bandit. I'm like, oh shit, you could be a villain too. Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna give
Is
you
that a
backstory.
good thing that he's
yeah,
here?
is
or-
that a good thing or a bad thing?
It all depends on the reason I showed up.
Yeah, it's
It's
Yeah,
cool
it
though. We
depends.
like a good. I don't
Everyone
know.
loves
is
a good
Is the
villain.
term anti-hero
Anti-hero,
too
yeah.
It's an
overused?
anti-hero.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've recently learned of the term anti-villain, which is a really cool concept.
An anti-villain would
Yeah.
be. What would an anti-villain?
Megamind.
So, it is like
Is Megamind an anti-villain?
maybe I'm not as familiar with Megamind, but the best example is actually Killmonger from the Black Panther movie, where while they're doing the wrong things, they have
They
really
are doing
good
it for
reasons.
really good reasons.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Another concept of an anti-villain, like they come in two flavors, where it's just they're doing the wrong thing but for the right reasons, or they're not evil, they're just the foil of the protagonist. Like they're just against the main character.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Usually though, it's generally they are a person who's not completely evil but still acts in villainous ways, but they usually have like a noble goal or their ends justify the means type of things. But you can relate to why the villain is doing his things, but you don't agree with the way he's doing them.
Yeah.
It's like everyone sat there and was like, "Yep, no, Killmonger has a point."
Yeah, like to me, Killmonger is one of my favorite villains in recent memory in like any medium.
Yeah.
Truthfully, just because like Killmonger, it's got a real good point for almost everything.
Yeah. Killmonger is like the best example of an anti-villain where you're just like, I mean, I don't condone murdering everyone, but like I get why you're doing it.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, because I don't think Megamind would be an anti-villain.
Not based off that.
No,
criteria.
because Megamind is a character who
He's very
starts
much a
off
villain.
as a villain and ends up the hero.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that he does do it just because he hates that one guy. So,
He
because that was
doesn't
part
like
of the definition
Titan,
too.
right?
No, the the dude that fakes his death.
Metro Man.
Metro Man. Yeah, he does it all because he hates Metro Man, and then as soon as Metro Man is gone, that's when he's like, "Oh, this kind of fucking sucks."
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. Yeah, he hated Metro Man, but even after he finds out Metro Man is like alive, he's like, "Oh, I'm still gonna be the hero."
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so it's got to be a villain that has
Some examples are let's see, we have Char Aznavour from Mobile Suit Gundam. Magneto is an example. Shadow from the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about, particularly in the first game he appears, he's just, his goals are noble for what he's doing. Even if he was misled and had bad memory, but like the reason why he was doing what he was doing made sense.
Kyle's answer for, I believe, Wait, Rhubarb would be a superhero name? Okay, that's what I was trying to...
Yeah.
Rhubarb. Okay.
Can I call him Barb now?
That's
like
between you two.
Barbara, but Barb.
You
I'm gonna
know,
call him Barb.
whatever you two decide.
I'm calling him
I
Barb. He doesn't get
I
a
will
say.
not be part of
Are
it.
you guys familiar with the German tongue twister of Barbara's rhubarb bar?
I am not.
I'm not.
I have heard it before,
It's-
but I don't know it.
It's so much fun. It's a blast to hear it in German, and then to understand it in English is a real treat. It's just about this lady named Barbara who makes the best rhubarb pies that anyone has ever seen or eaten, for that matter. I don't know what seeing a rhubarb pie has to do with enjoying it, but so she opens a bar, Barbara's Rhubarb Bar, and it attracts so many people, including these barbarians. And the barbarians go, "We love this pie so much that we must protect this bar." So they named themselves Barbara's Rhubarb Bar Barbarians. And then the barbarians, they hang out with her for so long, and their hair grows so long that they need a barber. So they go to Barbara's Rhubarb Bar Barbarian Barber. And it gets it's so much fun.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. That's great. And about the Barb thing,
Yeah.
Kyle said a no pie
That
to the
bitch.
yeah, but said you could call me Rue Barrymore though. Which that's good. That's a good name. Rue Barrymore. That's a good name. If you ever need like an alt account, again, Kyle, you need it to call it Rue Barrymore. It's my Discord alt. There we go. When you smurf Discord calls. Whatever that would entail. Switch called me that, and wow, that's funny.
I love that. My hair too red.
Rue Barrymore. That's a good name. I think that should be your superhero name, is Rue Barrymore.
I've certainly heard stranger ones.
Tony. Kyle.
I mean, we had Captain Underpants, so
Can Kate open her Christmas gift early?
it's not even December yet.
Since she got it in.
I just got it in the mail today.
I think as soon as it hits December, it's the right month, you know?
Oh, tonight at midnight?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's, you know... Here's the thing, though. So, just so I understand the situation correctly, is it a gift from Coil?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to ship a gift to Coil, and then you could both open something.
I'm bringing all of his gifts
Gotta mail one.
there. I can't, it's cost so much money.
You know what's really funny? The idea that you have to bring that gift all the way to Canada to open it.
Honestly, I considered it.
I think you should
I get that.
definitely open it beforehand, though. Let's be on like a call or something.
Yeah.
Because like the idea that you have to, yeah, bringing it sounds like a bad. Bringing the gift cross country is wild.
Yeah, because I'm going to Florida and then Canada and then home. So, like, it would be doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah, that one gift just goes across country and then into another country.
Yeah.
Unopened. unafraid. And the gift would not be afraid. They make you pay import taxes on it both times. That would be so funny.
Oh my god. No.
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 Also, I really hope it's not something that's as expensive as the minimum requirement for import taxes.
Oh.
Because I would fucking murder you.
It definitely was.
Everybody say goodbye to Kyle. He's getting murdered.
I've just caused someone's death when I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. I am a force of chaos, and I love it.
Can't.
I have successfully murdered several people's wallets tonight, though, so that was fun.
It's a ream of paper. Yep.
I got
nice and cheap.
Oh, over the past 3 days, I have gotten several people into the hobby of Warhammer. So goodbye to their wallets.
Nice.
It's true. I now have 3 Warhammer games downloaded.
Oh no, Tony. The games are cheap. I'm talking about they started collecting the models.
Oh, you're talking about the in-person
the tabletop war game model building,
hand-painted models. Kyle, I couldn't come up with a good superhero name, truthfully. So it's probably just my username.
Mine is also my username, but we all agreed that it's a pretty cool username.
Gianna's was Can't Pay Attention Woman. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes, but then I changed it to Marriage Woman.
Mara Woman. I should be Tony. My power is Tony.
A good power.
A great power.
I'm a fan of that power.
Imagine being able to control all Tonys, though.
We are one. You have the power of grayscale. It's true. I should be. Oh, that's it. My superhero name is going to be World's Greatest Interior Decorator.
There you go.
Because I see I'm colorblind, so I would be really bad at being an interior decorator. Smile. See, I think that everyone should let me pick all the colors for their houses and paints.
Everyone else, but not ours, sweetie.
Why? No, I'm picking all of them.
No, you told
why
me.
Why can we see through your heart? Well, you see. Yeah, actually, I don't know why. Truthfully, I haven't been able to figure that out.
So the answer is Kingdom Hearts.
Not ours. She says, yeah. She said not ours. But you got to at least let me pick one room.
You can have a room.
Can I pick the room?
No.
Why?
I feel your pain.
All right, we'll have a draft pick. Yeah, a draft, right? And you can pick a room. I get to pick a room. Okay.
We'll see.
All right, you can pick first. What room will you pick?
Living room.
All right, I pick the bedroom.
No, vetoed.
You can't veto it. That's not how this works.
No, that's not gonna happen.
All right, you can pick. You can pick
Tony,
one more room.
Tony, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice.
Yeah.
The best way you're gonna get authorization to be able to paint a room, it's gonna be a room that you exclusively use, and she goes into very minimally.
Yeah, that's what you were offering,
that's
huh?
the Tony cave.
Yeah, the Tony cave.
I am telling you this from experience. I have a house with my partner.
I already told him we're gonna have the best designed house once we get it.
The B2 remodel is so upset.
It would appear so. He's giving me the side eye.
Why won't you let him paint a room, Gianna? There we go. It picks or vetoes into one room left. Oh, I get it. Okay. So you're saying, like, we go through and Gianna can, like, eliminate rooms, and I can eliminate some rooms, too. All right, that's what we'll do. It'd be really cool if I got to, like, paint a room you just forget about. Oh, I would love to paint the kitchen.
I would like to take you to a paint store and just see what color you pick.
Yeah. I'm going to ask someone what the most obnoxious paint color is that they have and pick that one.
No, I want to know exactly what your brain picks. I don't want any outside influence on you.
Why?
Because I'm curious.
What if I just message Kyle and ask him what color to pick?
No.
I mean,
Because
I could
wanna know
tell
what
you
his
the
phone
most
picks.
ridiculous color to pick.
Okay, what would it be?
Neon orange.
I'm going to pick
Oh.
neon orange.
Oh God.
I knew
Perfect
it.
for the Tony room. The Tony room's gonna look so great in neon orange.
No, that's the bedroom's neon orange.
No.
I got to pick the bedroom.
No.
if I
Oh
remember.
God.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I
no,
get
there's
the
a
bedroom
difference
pick.
between orange and neon orange,
There's
though.
a very stark difference.
Your room was
Yeah.
orange when you were 14, Kyle? Interesting.
Yeah, he was a weird 14-year-old.
I mean, orange is just like a weird color to stare at for hours.
Yep. Especially when it's not your favorite color.
Yep.
You can't pick the colors because you're not looking at the colors.
What does that mean? Fine, you can paint everything. We're gonna have 2 colors in every room, okay? And you can paint up until your height and lower, and everything above that I get to paint.
Alright.
Damn.
Because you can't
Got
see
it.
it.
What, I don't have a neck? I don't look
Nope,
up?
you don't look up. You're tiny. You're small.
What
So
are
I never
necks?
look you in the eyes, ever.
No, I have to
I was
bend
like,
down.
if you're tiny, I'm pretty sure all you do is look up.
Sure, you do look. You have to look up because
Yeah.
you couldn't see.
I'm not that short.
Well, you're not that tiny.
Listen, I'm saying this as a man who is fairly short.
Like, you're not that short, but you're not that tall. I'm saying that's a lot of wall that you still get, you know?
Hmm.
So Kyle's got a good point. I had a blue room my whole
Don't
life
say
before
that.
that. Orange is a complementary color. Trust it makes sense. I think Kyle makes complete sense.
That is
Stop encouraging him.
that is.
I only
technically
wear black
correct.
all the time
Orange
too.
is
See?
a complementary color to blue.
Yeah. See, I think Katelyn, you should let Kyle pick all the colors.
No.
I think
Tony.
Kyle would be really
Tony.
good. What?
Okay, if he did it
Oh, orange is,
now,
like,
he would pick
complementary with
only
purple.
blue.
That's fine, right?
I thought yellow and purple were complementary.
Gianna's kind of short. See, Derek's on my side.
Hey,
So, purple is
the
and
color
orange are
ID
also
has
complementary,
hex
but
code
blue and
to
orange,
help.
like blue and orange, also do complement each other because they're on the blue and purple are next to each other, so they're both across from orange. But like,
Yeah,
orange
we're
and
gonna do
purple
this one.
do better than blue and orange.
I will say that any colors can be complementary colors if you
doing
get
this
the
one.
right shade of
Yes.
said color.
Gianna.
You know?
Some are
Doing this
some
one.
are more forgiving than others.
Yes.
Like
It's not immediately vetoed.
but
It's just dark.
yeah,
No, this
it
is
purple.
this is one we're doing. Kyle picked it. It's over.
Purple and yellow are the
Pretty dark,
direct
Kyle.
complementaries. So the complementary color is just when you look at the color wheel, whatever's directly opposite of it is its official complementary color, and then it goes like down from there. So like yes,
But Tony's
purple and
also
orange
kinda
do
short.
decent together.
In comparison to Derek, we are all short. Yes.
I mean, I'm 5'5", so I'll tell you all my height. I'm comfortable with it.
I am 5'10".
5'8". Derek's what, 6'3"?
I would say Derek is tall though.
He's a
Derek
tall lad.
Yeah.
I was like, I know how much short people have to look up because I am a short person.
When I say they, I mean we.
I mean we. I do mean we. I am the shortest of my siblings.
Only 6'2". Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, Derek. Yeah. I mean, like, Derek is 4 inches taller than me still. If you think about it. Like, that's wild. Like,
He's half a foot taller than me.
and like, you're not a short person.
No.
You expect him to be around 6'5", so you're disappointed. Derek's so hot. That is true. Very true. Derek is hot.
Yeah, no. I love when people try to bully me about being a short person, and I'm like, listen, I know
Derek's
I'm
4
short.
inches
It's
longer
not
than
something
me.
that you're going to bother me with. That is the one thing you cannot. I am comfortable with my height. Because I can't do anything to change it. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just accept it and embrace it.
Embrace.
Sure.
Because otherwise, I'm just going to be miserable for the rest of my life.
I wanna ask Kyle how he knows that information. I just curious.
What again?
I do know the answer to how he probably knows that, and
You know, just things that I have not been told that, you know what?
Kyle's right. Tuesdays exist.
I understand that Tuesdays exist, but like, you gotta give me details. That's the deal.
listen. If
I gotta
if
know the juicy details.
If at some point you have not compared sizes with your bestie, you're not really besties.
I'm learning
true.
so much.
Like there are various ways to do this comparison, but like at some point, if you have a penis and your bestie has a penis, you will compare sizes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Gianna's is 37 inches longer than mine.
I'm not upset about it. I'm just upset that I didn't get any details. Like, Kyle, the issue is not like I don't care if it was in the last week. I don't care. I just gotta know the details.
Kyle said it was before you, so it didn't count, you know?
So you gotta do it again and then give me details.
Yeah, it's like anything that happens before a relationship is irrelevant.
You ever seen it?
I mean, with a few very important exceptions.
I'm shocked you've never seen Greg's. You've been friends your entire lives, pretty much. That's fucked up.
No, Kyle's talking about penis. I will.
Yeah.
That's my head. Can't even get out.
Yeah.
Derek, just because you haven't seen Kyle's doesn't mean Kyle hasn't seen yours.
There it is. Oh my god.
I mean, I have stories about my best friend.
Listen, I'm just saying, my girlfriends and I have all taken showers together. Like, we, yeah, that's what girls do. That's what I expect. But I didn't know that it was a normal thing for guys to
like
size up their buds.
In reality, it boils down to 50-50 if it's actually going to happen between guys, hetero guys especially, because a lot of us grew up around with homophobic tendencies that we don't acknowledge. Of the concept of seeing another male's, genitals innately makes us like gay, and that's not cool. And like, I was like, I know I grew up around this a lot, and there were times where I had that thought process too.
It's something like a taught learning,
right? Like it was a taught behavior.
Yeah.
We see it all the time in shows we grew up.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen
I'll acknowledge
friends. Don't. This is such a weird sentence. How do I word this without it being weird? I don't think I can, so I'm just gonna say it. The only penises of friends I've seen is because we went to a Korean spa together.
Nice.
And a Korean spa is like a
nude.
Like a nude spa.
They're full nude, yeah.
Yeah.
I've only realistically I've only seen one of my friends, and it is way weirder than yours, Tony. He was high on his sleep medication, and was staying in my dorm room at college. And I walked into the common room, and he jumped up and was like, "Look at me!" And I was like, "Okay, thanks. I'm going to bed because it's like 2 a.m.
Is this a different Ryan, Kyle? Or
yeah. This was not on the friendo
this is not
trip.
my Ryan, right?
No.
And the more awkward part in that encounter was his boyfriend was also spending the night and was just like, "I don't know what to do with this either."
Oh.
No, this was in
That
New
sounds
York. Yeah, no, Kyle confirmed. Yeah, I went to bed too early. No, hey, listen. Ryan went to bed too early. I was up. I was like one of the last people to go to bed every night. The only times I went to bed early was like the night that Gianna made me go to bed.
But hear me out. What if they got back up after everybody else went to bed at like 3 a.m.? You know?
You're right.
You know?
No, you're right.
Imagine going to bed before 3 a.m.
Wild.
Same, brother.
Oh, God. Why was Ryan wearing a mankini?
Why wouldn't
Why
he be?
wasn't he wearing a mankini?
No, I stand by my original question.
Well, maybe Aqua stands by.
I do not. I do not. I was just being contrarian. Mankinis are weird. Like, have fun, do you, but it's weird.
I've only seen like one in the wild before.
In the wild.
Yeah. Like, I'm just,
That's a fun way to
I don't
put
get
that.
banana hammocks, and mankinis just seem worse because I'm like, that just feels really uncomfortable with all the junk you got in the front end. But, like, if you want to, you do you.
It was his birthday and he wanted to. Yeah, that's
You
fair.
know,
Yeah.
that's probably
Can't
one of
really-
the most valid reasons.
I can't really come up with a better reason than that.
The best
truthfully.
reason to do thing is just because you wanted to.
Yeah.
Unless it's murder. Don't do that.
No, you can do that because you wanted to.
I mean, you can,
There will be
but
consequences.
like,
Yeah,
I don't
the
recommend
consequences will come along.
Yeah.
There will be consequences.
Yeah.
And trust me, there will be consequences.
Oh no. That's like
Boo, let me do the murder. You can do it.
No,
it's
Core has
just-
to get permission to do the murder.
Oh, like from what kind of agency?
The Aqua Bandit agency.
Oh, is there like a
Listen,
an application?
she owes me games of Baldur's Gate 3 before she's allowed to do murders.
Oh, well, I think we just figured out like a very clear way to let you do this. You know. You know.
Yeah.
But gamers, this is where I think we're going to start winding down the podcast tonight.
Good plan.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Like that one
good talk,
Nickelback song.
Uh,
Is that Nickelback? No, that's not Nickelback.
no.
That's Stained.
Yeah.
That's Stained.
I saw you.
Definitely not Nickelback.
I quasi saw them live.
Nickelback or Stained?
No, Stained.
How do you quasi see someone live? Like, did you-
I left the show shortly after they started. Like, just
okay,
as they were
so-
about to go. Because it was
Yeah.
getting, like, the show started later than it was supposed to.
No, is that not Nickelback? No, it's
not.
Stained.
It's
yeah.
Stained.
No, my brain, Kyle, for a second, like, told me it was Nickelback too, but it's not. It is Stained.
It's been a while.
That's just called It's Been a While.
Yeah.
It sounds like you get.
It sounds like
at least you
Nickelback.
understand. Yeah, at least you understand why Nickelback. Like it sounds like Nickelback.
Yeah, I went to the show because I wanted to see Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah,
and I did get to
that's
see all
Kyle,
of
me
that.
too.
That was
I would have loved to see Breaking Benjamin.
Oh my
Breaking
god,
Benjamin
it was
was
such a
good.
good show. They do put on such a good performance.
I was obsessed with them when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
I've been to quite a few concerts this year. My favorite this year has to have been Green Day.
Hello, the architect has rated in. How you doing? How is it going? How is Minecraft? You are catching the tail end of the podcast this evening. Hello, Child Arson. Hello, the architect themselves. Hope you're doing well. Hope the stream went well. How is your Minecraft? Give me a percentage of what percentage mine, what percentage craft did you do during your stream? Hi, Tony. Hi, Snow. How's it going? I would like to know the percentage, architect, of your mining crafting, if possible. If you could break that down for me real fast, I would, I want to know, are you more of a miner or are you more of a crafter? Do you yearn for the mines or do you I wish there was one like that good sounding for crafting. The children, they yearn for the mines. The children, they yearn to make iPods.
I'm gonna pull up a. Hold on. Let's see.
Kyle, I don't know why that just reminded me. They crave the craft.
They crave the craft.
They
yearn for the mines and they crave the craft.
Kyle, this was not your intention at all, but it just reminded me of the movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf in him.
I only saw that as an adult and never saw it as a kid.
I've never seen it.
I only saw it as a kid, so I have no idea if it holds up at all.
I mean, it's not bad watching it as an adult. Like, there's no nostalgia. There wasn't any nostalgia attached to it for me, and I was like, it's a decent movie. Like,
wait, so Architect said it was good. About 0 for both items, guessing, cause, amnesia mod, and a lot of sailing for the ocean. Outlast mod pack. That sounds pretty cool. You all should switch from Minecraft to Enshrouded, because also build. I don't know if I know what Enshrouded is. Is that a different game?
It is.
Yes, it's a new one. I think it's still in beta.
Oh, cool.
Kyle's been playing it.
So the architect,
because everyone was randomized for first half stream. The second half went crazy because of
that. I believe that is called thalassophobia. Fear of
thalassophobia. Oh, that's what it is. Thalassophobia.
Yeah.
We read the book as a kid. Oh. I don't know if I know what it was. True.
Yeah, it is an intense and persistent fear of deep bodies of water, such as the ocean, sea, or lakes.
Okay. Oh, yes, I do know that.
Yeah.
Yes. I think one of our other friends has a similar fear.
Now, a lot of people mix thalassophobia up with megalophobia. Which
one's megalophobia?
Which is irrational fear of large objects. So a lot of people will a lot of videos will do thalassophobia.
You could experience that in the ocean if you see a whale.
There is actually a term for it. There is a term for that specifically. It is megathalassophobia, which is a fear of large objects in the ocean.
In the ocean, it's just whales.
Well, it can also be like sunken ships. Fall under that.
Sunken ships.
Oh, yeah. I've seen underwater massive statues.
Yes.
Are a part of that.
Yes. But the problem is you'll see a lot of YouTube videos trying to play on people's thalassophobia, and then they'll do the big statues underwater, and I'm like, that's not thalassophobia, that's a different fear. It can be part of thalassophobia, but you're not thalassophobia is just the fear of the deep body of water in itself.
It's pretty cool.
I'm a nerd, I'm sorry.
It's all good. I mean, I didn't know the answer to these questions, truthfully, so it was good to learn the answer. Finding big things just down with lakes and oceans seems rational. Megalophobia, afraid of megalodons. That's true. Probably would be. You wouldn't want to see a megalodon. This is why Kate's making me go to the ocean to kill me.
I mean, yeah, afraid of megalodons isn't an irrational fear. That's a perfectly rational fear.
I think that if I saw a megalodon, I'll go one step further. If a megalodon was in front of me right now, I think I'd shit my pants. I'm inside. I'm inside on and I'll go take one step further. I'm on the second floor of a house. Honestly, I don't know how the fuck it got up here.
If I was in your position,
did it take the stairs?
A megalodon in front of me, I too would be shitting my pants because I'm like, okay, but like, you're out of the ocean and in front of my house. Yeah. How?
I just want to know how it got inside.
Yeah.
Like, did it knock? Did someone let it in?
How big is your house that it could just walk in?
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. It's not big enough for it to walk inside.
Was it walking?
Yeah, why? How did it grow legs? Is another question. That's a good point, Tabby. Otis would apex predator it. See, Kyle has a
bullshit.
Kyle has a built-in safety system.
No, Otis hides in the corner in the basement behind a lamp for hours after there's a vacuum anywhere in the house.
I have two stances if a megalodon walks into my house. Either my dogs apex predator it, or my dogs don't get to go anywhere near it.
Yeah. Well, see, Otis, though, but Katelyn, you have to understand, there is a difference between vacuum, big, scary, loud noises, megalodon, fish.
Okay.
Fish.
I mean...
Not scary to Otis. Otis is so... He hid for my landlord today there, too. Again, landlord, not a fish as far as I'm concerned.
That cat is the reason why people call them pussies.
See, thank you, Tony. See, he gets it. See, I get it.
No.
Otis eats fish. Yeah, exactly. It's a fish. Otis would be like, that's a fish. I am kind of hungry. My name's Otis, and then bite into it.
Oh.
It very is important to say my name is Otis first, though. Just because, we didn't change perspectives of the story. Otis eats fish.
I would be worried about the cat and the megalodon, because if it rubs it the right way, it'll be fine. But if it rubs up against it the wrong way, it's going to have a problem. And cats like to rub back and forth.
Megalodons, though, you might not be thinking about. Megalodons are kind of like a bodybuilder, where if Otis gets the square of the back of the megalodon, it can't reach. Sharks got little flippers. They can't itch their backs. So Otis just has to go for the weak point.
I mean, sharks do have a giant weakness if they're not very good at turning around.
They how is a shark gonna itch its back? That's what I want to know.
I mean, they literally bonded with a whole other sea creature just to itch their backs.
There you go. So I'm giving the advantage to Otis in this scenario.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Now, we do have to mention, if Otis goes too far back, he loses the advantage again because he gets tail smacked.
Otis is too smart, though. So Otis is the brainchild of Kyle. So Kyle has taught Otis everything Kyle knows, and that makes Otis a trained killer, basically.
So Kyle asks, how many times has he tried to kill me? Yeah, Kyle, and how many times has he succeeded? Clearly none. Therefore, he is a failure.
Is he? Was the goal an attempt to just scare you?
The issue, though,
he's playing 4D chess here,
is like these other examples. You're not a fish.
Oh my god.
He's just practicing to be able to fight the fish.
If you are a fish, that's fair. No, Kyle's got a point. That's because you run away. You literally leave the country. So he sends poison home with you.
You know what it sounds like? He's winning the fights.
I think Otis is up.
Like, he may not be killing you,
I don't
but
like it here.
So we got to be very careful about joking like this, because Katelyn will just see the cat and like punt him next time if we take this too far. So we got to be careful.
You know, he does have a very puntable face.
He's so cute though.
Now, when she tries to punt, what if he just like grips the leg?
Oh no! I mean, he's got claws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not declawed, right? Like,
No.
yeah, he's like 3-0 right now.
I have opinions on
I'll kick your
declawing
dog.
cats that I should
No,
not
no
express
kicking
yet.
of pets.
Wow, Kyle. Showing your
Ewok.
true colors.
All right. I will say that Shih Tzus do look a lot like Ewoks. That is fair. That's part of their charm to me. Like
Good.
they
That's all I'll say into your
declaw is
statement.
illegal here. Yeah, good. Because I don't like when people declaw their cats. But
No.
you know,
Funny enough, my cousin's girlfriend met her and hung out with her for the last couple of days. She also, unprompted, said that Bear looked like an Ewok.
like if you look at an Ewok and look at Bear's face, they're the same face.
Yeah.
First of all, also Ewoks adorable. They're just little teddy bears.
They're just little guys.
Yeah. It's cutting off the finger kind of cruel. He also sounds like one, which helps. He does sound like an old man sometimes, Bear. He does make very interestingly human sounding noises.
Yeah, he can.
Oh yeah, from before for our Fierce Hawk, the architect said, "I'm fine with the big things. Just down." Yeah, just
Yeah,
down the
they
flakes and
have true
options, yeah.
thalassophobia. I read their thing.
There you go.
I will watch like those sea monster CGI YouTube videos for funsies because I like to torture myself, and mostly because I'm like, these aren't even that scary. They're just dumb, and I'm like, you're not present. I always get frustrated when I watch them because it's like, don't watch this. It's you have thalassophobia. I'm like, this isn't thalassophobia. This is fear of sea monsters or weird, uncanny valley humans in the water that are trying to eat me, which is again not thalassophobia.
Tasty.
Like, if I'm sailing on a rowboat and a giant face comes up out of the water, yeah, I'm going to be freaked out too.
I agree.
Because, like, if a human face the size of my boat is suddenly underneath me, that's just creepy. Period.
True. All right, gamers. We were trying to wrap up before. Now we're gonna wrap up for real this time. Thank you everyone for hanging out.
Somebody on a tangent.
Thank you for everyone for hanging out. I know you put it in before chat, but we need it again. We need a Pickle Weasel and Wickle Peasel to officially end the podcast, and we can be set free. Katelyn did it as well. Thank you everyone for hanging out, and we'll catch you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.